Over the last 2 years, more than 100 makers from all around the world came together to share their passion, motivation, and projects with a wider audience. From writers to woodworkers, as well as visual effects artists to fabricators, makers stretch their creative passions to bring their skills to the forefront. On Makers Monday, we explored these projects as well as the motivation behind making them. Thank you for being a part of the Makers Monday project. Whether your story was featured or you watched the program, we are all within the maker community. Happy second birthday, Makers Monday. Here's to the next 100 makers. Hey guys, since this is the second anniversary of Makers Monday, I thought we'd do things a little different. A few months ago, I was interviewed by Makers International and was able to actually do an impromptu Makers Monday. So, as a celebration, I decided that I'd leave the whole interview complete. Enjoy.
So let's do this in the round. So I'll ask a question, and then each one of you answer it the best way you want, and then we'll. This is going to be a little different, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right.
So the very first question is a really hard one, which is, what's your name? Who are you?
I'm Steve.
I'm Steve.
Thankfully, I'm not Steve.
I'm the real Steve.
And really, my name is Jamie.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Rick.
And I'm Steve.
How do you personally define yourself?
Retired. It's the truth.
Manker? Manker? Yeah. A maker. Maker. Scroll turner. I guess that's probably about it.
Okay.
I genuinely don't kind of consider myself anything. I think I put on my Instagram that I make things and I have opinions, and you might like one or both of those things. It's kind of difficult for me. I don't like those pigeonhole things, but
I understand. I definitely understand.
I am a father, grandfather, maker, all-round nutter, sometimes depressed, all right kind of guy.
So the next question is, what's the last thing or project that you made?
Oh, the last project I made?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't got it with me. Damn.
I do have it with me, and mine is a leather drinking tankard.
What was the last one that I made? The last project that I made was a walnut and maple segmented bowl. I really enjoyed that. I got the segmented kit from Leon from Would You Believe It? The last scroll saw piece I did was the Queen project, and yeah, I had quite a few jokes on that one.
The last projects I actually made were, I hate to say it because we're sitting in February, we're in March, I made Christmas presents, but I made a lot of them. So I made a number of wine cabinets, and I made a number of those wine bottle holders that also hold the glasses. I mean, my wife had me turning pens. I mean, I made over 50 Christmas presents, so it's hard to tell you what the last thing I actually made was. The last thing I actually made and actually did in my shop was the pen blanks for the McKenna auction.
Beautiful.
Cool. Last thing I made was a 9-inch by 3-inch oak bowl with laser embellishment.
Laser. I've never heard a laser called embellishment, but I love it.
Yeah, and it'll be my first video back for a long time.
Beautiful.
For many months.
Looking forward to it. Okay, so the next question in this round is, what's your favorite tool or piece of equipment you like to use?
Scroll saw.
Yeah, for me, I love the lathe and the scroll saw both equally. I once I go into the workshop and I can't look at the lathe and say, oh, I just want to go on you, because I will have to walk past the scroll saw to get to the lathe, and sometimes vice versa. And yeah, I can't just pick and choose. And sometimes I have to incorporate both into one project. So yeah, I love them both equally. Not the router though.
My favorite tool is the one that I need to use to get this current job done. I honestly don't have a favorite tool, Gil. I don't. I mean, it's whatever tool I need to finish the job is my, oh boy, I'm glad I have that. That's my favorite tool.
Mine's the router. Absolutely the router every time. You can just use it for so many things.
Except turning. My favourite tool, considering this is an X-rated show, is the lathe, and then the handheld rotary power carver.
Is it
Kind of
like a Dremel?
yeah.
Dremel, yeah. Dremel with the cord, yeah.
Cool. Very good. I'm always fascinated to see what people say when it comes to that question. So it's all cool. But I got two more. The second last one is, what's your favorite project that you've made over your whole maker career?
I made a there are two, and it's not necessarily what people would look at and go, "Wow, that was really, really good work, Chris." But it was because both of them had a sentimental value to me. One of my first videos I even put up on YouTube was a table that I made that had a story behind it, and that I made to give to my older brother to remember our father and our time as kids together, working for my father together. So there's that one that I made. But prior to that was I made a bed for my newborn son. I made a mission style bed that obviously it took several years for him to grow into, but I spent some time working on that, and I still have it. And it's just one of those sentimental things that you do, so those are kind of the favorite things that really hit home with me.
Amazing.
For me, it's going to have to be the scroll saw Tiger I've done, because that's the first time I took what everyone would consider a beginner scroll saw and made it do things it's basically not designed to do, and done a real intricate scroll saw piece. And it took me 30 hours and a lot of painful standing over the course of 3-4 days, I think it was, but I got there in the end, and it's in the living room now. So, and one of them went to charity as well. So yeah, that kind of went into a rabbit hole of, I'm not going back to simple scroll saw projects now. Now I'm in the zone for real intricate scroll saw pieces now.
Beautiful.
So
I think mine's going to be one of two. Either my secondary school exam piece for woodworking, which was like a small bookcase for putting things in, which I still have and I still use every day. Somehow it stayed in one piece. Or the other one is, it's not even a woodworking project, it's a model Spitfire that I made in my late teens, I think. And it was quite a big scale one, so I got to put loads, and I went all out and put in loads of detail on the inside, which you wouldn't normally have in those models. So I've still got that as well, actually. So one of those two.
I have two as well, and they're both very similar projects. One was Buzz Lightyear that I did for the first Make It Matter auction, and then the second one was Minnie Mouse. I'm very proud of them, and also for the reason that they were made, but they really challenged me in all crafts that I have. So yeah, they're the two of my most favourite, Buzz and Minnie. Make a nice couple.
Disney can come after you for both of them, so it's all good. It's like at least they're family. Don't mess with you. It's all good. Okay. So, sorry, say that again?
They can have everything I own.
How I feel as well. Take my keyboard, please. So last question here is, what's your favorite skill that you'd like to learn that you don't know now?
Computers, for the use of either 3D printing or a CNC. I haven't spent the time to learn that part of it yet, but I mean, I can see what people do with those machines, and I would absolutely, at some point in time, I will learn that technology and use it myself, but I just haven't done that yet. So that would be my wish.
There's a couple that I'd like to have a go at, and that's I want to have a go at metalwork of all kinds, whether it may be blacksmithing, welding. I've never done any welding before, and I want to have a go at doing a bit of leather work as well. So, yeah, you see some of the stuff that like Moonshine Metalworks makes and Red Smith makes, and you kind of feel a bit envious sometimes, you know.
Glass blowing and TIG welding. The two things that I want to do.
Yeah, glass work is mine as well. Any kind of glass work, and forging.